Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, uh, afternoon, distinguished examiners, and my honorable supervisor, Mr. Tresno, Eka Jaya R.M.Sc, and Miss uh, Dr. Etty Gurendrawati M.Si AK. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Sabil Anggoro Putro, a student of the accounting study program, class of 2019. Thank you for giving me the valuable opportunity to present the final result of my undergraduate thesis title, The Effect of Tax Amnesty, Sanction, and Progressive Tax Rates on Motor Vehicle Taxpayer Compliance in East Jakarta. In this presentation, I will be covering the entire structure of my research, providing a comprehensive overview from the introduction and methodology to the final results and conclusion. With your permission, I would like to begin the presentation. Chapter 1, Introduction. Background. Increases transportation needs have to lead to a rise vehicles, so the potential for regional original revenue or PAD from vehicle taxes has grown. Number two, motor vehicle tax plays an important role in DKI Jakarta regional revenue. Number three, fluctuations in revenue relation from 2022 until 2024 were influenced by the pandemic, fiscal incentive, amnesty programs, and taxpayer compliance. And then this is a table. Next, uh, tax amnesty for variable X1. Some studies report the effect due to limited socialization. Others find a positive effect because it encourages a settlement of arrears. Number two, tax sanction variable X2. Uh, some studies show a positive or significant deterrent effect. Others find no significant effect due to taxpayer lack of knowledge. Number three, progressive tax rates. Variable extreme. Some studies find the effect because awareness of progressive provision is low. Number four, the researcher chose this topic because the number of motor vehicles in East Jakarta continues to increase while tax payment compliance remains suboptimal. Policies such as tax amnesty, sanction, and progressive tax rates are often used to improve compliance, but previous findings are mixed. This study aims to test how effective these three policies are in East Jakarta to help improve regional revenue and taxpayer compliance. Next, research question: does tax amnesty influence motor vehicle taxpayer compliance in in East Jakarta City? Number two, do taxation influence motor vehicle taxpayer compliance in East Jakarta City? Number three, do progressive tax rates influence motor vehicle taxpayer compliance in East Jakarta City? And then research objective number one, to test whether tax amnesty affect motor vehicle taxpayer compliance in East Jakarta City. To test whether taxation affect motor vehicle taxpayer compliance in East Jakarta City. Number three, to test whether progressive tax rates after motor vehicle taxpayer compliance in East Jakarta City. And then theoretical academic benefit. This study is expected to provide education about taxation, especially motor vehicle taxpayer compliance, measured by tax amnesty, tax sanction, and progressive tax rates for motor vehicle owners in East Jakarta City. It is also expected to serve as a reference to future research. And then particular benefits for taxpayer, vehicle owners, expected to provide education and awareness to always complete and pay taxes on time, thereby increasing tax revenue in East Jakarta. Number two, for East Jakarta City government, using a valid taxpayer data, the government can identify obstacle and design appropriate policies to increase tax revenue. Number three, for the researcher and the opportunity to apply knowledge gained during study, particularly in transaction, and become a compliant expert advocate. Chapter two, literature review. Supporting theories. Number one, compliance theory forces motivation that encourage individual groups or organization to act or refrain from acting according to applicable rules. Number two, a theory of planned behavior. Behavior arises from the intention to act based on individual understanding of their situation of action. Number three, takes the compulsory contribution to the state imposed the individual or entity according to law. Number four, Motsofi high taxpayer compliance, a state where the individual of corporate taxpayer submit and report require information of the time correctly calculate the tax payable and pay tax on time without coercion. Number five, tax amnesty according to law. Number 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 two of 26 Article 1 paragraph 1 refers to waiver on tax obligation that should I have been paid. Number six, tax sanction guarantees compliance with the legislation, tax norms, and serve as a deterrent to prevent taxpayer from violating tax norms. Number seven, progressive tax rates. Tax charge by increasing by the tax percentage as the taxable object increases. This is previous studies and research gap. And then this is a conceptual framework. And in this, the hypothesis development, tax amnesty on motor vehicle taxpayer compliance theory, and the theory of planned behavior. Tax amnesty is positioned as a normative intervention that reduces psychological or financial barriers and increases perceived behavior control, thereby encouraging compliance. Uh, Hypothesis, tax amnesty has an effect on motor vehicle taxpayer compliance. And then taxation on motor vehicle taxpayer compliance, compliance theory and theory of planned behavior tax sanction are positioned as a instrumental intervention that creates external pressure, financial or administrative penalties, limiting opportunity to ignore uh, obligation and increasing perceived behavioral control through threat of consequence. Hypothesis 2, tax sanction have a effect of motor vehicle taxpayer compliance. And then hypothesis progressive tax rate on motor vehicle taxpayer compliance. Considering and the theory of planned behavior, progressive tax rates are positioned as an instrumental intervention that increases financial burden with vehicle value. The presence of progressive rates and related sanction reduces room for delay of avoidance, affecting perceived behavior control and encouraging of compliance. Hypo- Hypothesis 3. Progressive tax rates have an effect on motor vehicle taxpayer compliance. Chapter 3. Research methods. Research method time as a place study. The study will be conducted from December to December 2025 by distributing online questionnaires to respondent register and is Jakarta some sort of this? Number two, research design quantity study using primary data from motor vehicle taxpayer processed with Excel, Google Form, and SPSS. Number three, population and sample primary quantity data from motor vehicle taxpayer respondent sampling method, accidentally sampling, sample size determined using solving formula. And then this is instrument development, dependent variable motor vehicle taxpayer compliance, fulfilling tax obligation, paying on time, avoiding administrative sanction, prioritizing timely payment, preventing arrears. Uh, Number two, independent variable X1, motor vehicle tax amnesty, understanding program goals, not feeling disadvantaged by amnesty, perceiving benefits, receiving late payment notice, satisfaction with ease of payment via amnesty program. And then independent variable X2 transaction, administrative sanction for minor violation, behavior sanction for education for enforcement, criminal sanction for ref, for severe violen- violations, sanction and to encourage compliance. Number four, independent variable extra progressive tax rates, understanding application compliance with regional provisions, second and subsequent vehicle subject to progressive rates, self-reported compliance expectation that progressive rate increase regional revenue. This is a Likert scale questionnaire. This is a data analysis technique. Data analysis will be performed using SPSS, descriptive static means, median, mode, standard deviation, frequency, skewness to describe variable character, classical assumption test, including the normality test. One sample Kolmogorov, Smirnov, P more 0.05 indicates a normal distribution. Multi-connector test uh, fifth low 10 and tolerance more 0.1 indicates no multicollinearity. And then and heteroscedasticity test gradient method significance. Uh, 0.05 indicates no heteroscedasticity. When analyzed, use multiple linear regression to measure the effect of independent variable amortization progressive rates on compliance with the inferential hypothesis testing using F-test for model fit, the test for significance of individual confidence and confidence of determination R2 to R, R square to assist the proportion of dependent variance explained. Uh, chap chapter chapter 4, result and discussion. That collectible details. This is all questionnaire item 53 statement will declare valid. Air count more air table 361. The reliability test show Chrome batch alpha more 0.90 for all variables, indicating excellent internal consistency. And then respondent characteristic. Professionals, the majority respondents are productive male with the higher education background, bachelor degree. Most respondents have long-term vehicle owner experience, um, more 15 years, but only own a single unit. Number three, this suggests that the respondent possesses sufficient long-term experience regarding motor vehicle tax administration. And the descriptive statistic of variable interpretation, the average score of respondent answer across all variable falls within a 3.26 until 4.0 range. This indicated a strong tendency among respondents strongly agree with the tax policy and compliance indicator presented. And then classical assumption tax results. The regression model has made a classical assumption pre, pre, uh, prerequisites, ensuring that the estimated regression results are blue, best linear unbiased estimator, and then multiple linear regression analysis. Tax amnesty position relationship of optimizing tax amnesty program increases compliance, transaction positive relationships structure enforcement of sanction increases compliance and progressive tax rates. Negative relationship heavier progressive tax burden tend to decrease compliance. Model fit guidance of fit R square for aesthetics. Of number one, aesthetics test result F calculated more F table and C low 0.05. Their regression model is the statistical fit to predict taxpayer compliance. Number two, convenience of determination, R square, results, tax amnesty, taxation, and the progressive tax rates collectively account for 42.8% of the variance in compliance. The remaining uh, 57.2% is explained by other variable outside this model. Partial significant test, summary, tax amnesty, and tax sanction have a positive and statistically significant partial effect on compliance, whereas the progressive tax rate show no significant effect. Discussion the influence of X1 variable X1 and X2. Number one, the influence of the tax amnesty. Finding waivers serve as an effective economic stimulus. Number two, compliance theory. Instrumental perspective taxpayer calculate cost and benefit. Fund exemption are perceived as a financial gain. Number two, theory of planned behavior enhances perceived behavior control by eliminating immediate financial barriers. Number two, the influence of taxation, sanction uh, act as a legal enforcement tool creating that deterrence effect. Number two, the integration of digital system in East Jakarta makes the threat of sanction tangible. Number three, taxpayer compete rationally to avoid escalating financial losses from computing finance. Discussion: why variable X3 has no influence? The influence of progressive tax rate. It was found the increase in progressive tax rates not significantly alter taxpayer compliance behavior in East Jakarta due to Bone behavior gap phenomenon, an intentional practice to circumvent regulation by borrowing the identity or the other family member when registering the new vehicle. Number two, economic characteristic. Multiple vehicle owner generally belong to upper middle class household, are less sensitive to the incremental rate change. Number three, administrative loop, loop, loopholes, lack of s- stringent cross-matching between actual ownership identity and a registered owner of record nominee issue. Uh, Chapter 5, closing research conclusion. Tax amnesty positive and significant effect. The incentive policy successfully drive interest in settling tax arrears. Now to taxation positive a significant effect legal firmness effectively discipline taxpayer to find deterrence. Number three, progressive tax rates not significant. This policy is not a determining factor due to presence of legal avoidance loopholes, borrowing ID. Theoretical and practical implication. Theoretical implication reinforce compliance theory in urban setting. Compliance is driven by cost-benefit calculating regarding sanction and amnesty highlight the behavioral gap in progressive tax policies that have failed to capture the psychological aspect of taxpayer. Practical implication. Some Southeast Jakarta needs to maintain and periodic amnesty programs and a short-term revenue liquidity tools. Two, policy evaluation structure ownership identity verification is required to plug the loopholes to progressive tax rates. Uh, Last, limitation and recommendation. Limitation. Potential response bias, respondents giving a normative answer. Number two, cross-sectional design, data capture and a single point in time. Number three, sample geographic limitation to the East Jakarta region. Number two, recommendation, number one, employ mixed methods, quantitative data backed by deep qualitative interviews. Number two, conduct comparative studies across region, urban versus suburban dynamics. Number three, introduce new variable like stakes, moral, or trust in public authorities. Thank you.